Something doesn't look right over there in the back. Well, first of all, he has an open engine. It's some kind of an ancient oil rig on 5 axles. And in the back he has smoke coming out. And it smells like burnt rubber. Unbelievable. This is like an illegal marriage between a crane and what? I don't know, like a wheel loader. But the chassis is definitely of a crane, but that doesn't look like a crane because it doesn't have any counterweights. Anyway, this is Tuesday, I believe. I just sent a message to my customer. Yeah, Tuesday, August 24th, 8:07 a.m. I slept in late today. Well, we all warmed up. And I'm only 52 clicks according to Google Maps away from the customer, but I gotta take 131. So this is actually US 60 right here, and that's what's on my permit. But then I have to go like this is his farm over here, but my permit wants me to go all the way here to the town. I don't know what the town is. It doesn't have a name. And then take 131 north and then get to the farm from there. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm at basically I-69 is there, and that's what I came yesterday, right? And now I just have to follow this. Yeah, 60 west. And some people got excited yesterday looking at the backwood roads of America, so I figured I didn't plan on shooting today, but because normally I notice that unloading videos don't command the respect they deserve, but what the heck. And then after this I exchanged a few emails with the Eaton grounds. And they say I can drop my trailer there anytime during the day. Yeah, so the plan is to, after I deliver this, go to the testing grounds in Marshall, drop the trailer, and then bobtail to the hotel for the week. And
in 150 meters, turn right onto Michigan 60 West.
The rep from Eaton was very kind in sending me some, suggestions on what to do while I have some free time, some downtime. Turns out there's a car museum nearby. There's a aviation and space museum. And then there's a couple of parks,
Straight onto Michigan 60 West.
A couple of big recreation areas, but I'm not too interested in those. Well, actually, maybe I can go there, see if I can do some photography. But actually, yeah, I wanted to do photography at the car museum, and I checked them on Google Maps, like, because, you know, Google Maps will have pictures, right? And they have some cool.
Continue on Michigan 60 west for 31 kilometers.
They have some cool old car models in there, and I think next to that car museum there's a dedicated Ford museum that has some you know, 1920s cars and pickup trucks and stuff like that. I really want to go there, maybe do, like, if they allow that, do a video, kind of like what I did at the Iowa 80 museum. You know, I went inside, I was filming, and also I took some pictures. I remember one picture, even I was able to sell one picture of a old Coca-Cola truck. Right? So that's cool. Alright, so the headlights are on, the rooftop flashing lights are on, the double flashing lights in the bumper in the back are on, and I'm watching the blade like a hawk. Well, I made it this far. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you this because Michigan, who knew, right? It's a pretty green state. Lots of forests, you know. Of course, they have lots of lakes. I remember a guy I used to work with, you know, buying trailers when I was buying, you know, step deck and flatbed trailers. I knew a guy that worked for this. I think they were called Trailers Canada, and then they changed their name, but they're near Kitchener, near my area, and they represent those nice trailers from Iowa. I forgot what they're called. The first letter is W. Winslow, Jesus, I forgot. I keep forgetting their name, but they're super nice step deck trailers, flatbed trailers. They're light, they're durable, I love those. Wilson, I think. Wilson, right? They have a bunch of plants. That was I have a video somewhere on the channel where I go there when I still work for now bankrupt McKinnon. That's where I learned, I went through their flatbed school. It was like 3-day training where the guy, we had an old flatbed trailer in the yard, and he had like 3 or 4 garbage bins on it. I'm serious. But, you know, like industrial garbage bins with eyes. And so they taught us how to secure this said garbage bins to the trailer, and then first we spent a couple of hours in the classroom, you know, learning about all these working load limits and stuff like that. So, you know, you need this. So sometimes people ask me, what do you need to be a heavy hauler? So I always say that's what you need. You need some flatbed and step deck experience. And so that's what I had. And I remember I asked the dispatcher to please let me use his trailer to bring my trailer from Iowa. And I was waiting a long time, but they still couldn't get a load that far west, and so he had a load going to Chicago. And I said, how about this? I deliver your load to Chicago, and then it was pretty far, probably like 300 miles or 400 miles or even more than that. I think I forgot, it was either South Dakota or Iowa, somewhere there, probably South Dakota. I remember it was far. Like, the guy was not too happy that I was dragging his trailer with no load, you know. But they agreed because, you know, I said I would be working for you, right? So I remember that I went there and the guy with the bobtail shunt truck loaded backed that trailer right on top of my trailer from a ramp. It was cool. Why I started talking about step deck and flatbed trailers? I forgot. Oh yeah, because of the guy who sold them. The guy who sold them was a very nice guy at that former Trailers Canada, and he said, oh, back then, you know, like 10 years ago, whenever he had a chance, he and his buddies would go to Michigan. And I'm like, why would somebody in their right mind go to Michigan? Like, to me, Michigan is like the state with bad roads and crazy cops, you know, that always target Canadian truckers. Like, back then, right? Well, mostly it's like 80% that as well, but then I learned that these guys, they go to upper part of Michigan because it's pretty much like Ontario in terms of lakes and nature and fishing and hunting, but it's much more developed, right? There's freeways, whereas in Northern Ontario, there's no real freeways. They keep working on them. They cannot build them for some reason, not enough money. But Michigan, of course, it's you know, it's part of the states of the state freeway system. And so this guy would go to Michigan for some long weekends, holidays. They were always in Michigan. Oh, where's this guy? Oh, he's in Michigan. So if you overlook the bad roads and the cops, it can be a good place to spend your next weekend. I don't know. No, but look at this. This looks like any typical Midwest. This can be Ohio. This can be Indiana, right? There's lots of fields, lots of trees. Yeah, but you see, the people notice me. See, the guy went, his right tires went on the white line, so that means like he can see me. He sees that I'm oversized, and that's the plan. That's why I have the headlights. That's why I have my flashing lights. And it looks pretty clean. See, like in US, they have parts of highways. I think it's all volunteers. I'm not sure if they pay them for this, but commercial businesses, right? They take care of parts of the highway. No, I think, yeah, there's Department of Transportation, right, that takes care of the, like, if there's a big tire lying somewhere, then you will see like a pickup truck that says something like Michigan DOT or something. There'll be a guy driving on the freeway occasionally, just picking up these alligators or some big chunks of garbage or something like that. But then I see volunteers in the safety jackets walking one side of the road. So, and there'll be a sign that says this part of the highway is being maintained by, and there's a name of the company. So they use it as an advertising, you know, as a like goodwill gesture. To kind of like promote themselves and also help keep the roads clean. Okay, what is this? Arcosa shoring product. What is this? Vintage Technologies. Oh, check this out. Cool machine on the left. Caterpillar. Wow, that thing belongs in a museum. So M60 West, this is what it is. 60, Michigan 60 West. Oh wow, check this out. What is this? Do you guys know what it is? I never saw something like this being grown. That doesn't look like corn. No idea what it is. And I don't know, maybe I'll check the load board, see what's, maybe there's a load I can do, you know. But because I have my trailer with me, actually there were a couple of loads where the guy wanted my truck. He says, we talked like a week ago and I worked with him before. I know their credit is good, so I know factoring would not be a problem, but the guy has some preloaded trailers, just regular trailers that go from, I think, Indiana, and then they were going pretty far, like Quebec, where I just came from, and Ontario. Actually, one load was going to Cambridge, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm delivering a dozer in Michigan. I'm not that far from his shipper, but he probably pays like $2 a mile, and he doesn't need my trailer. So what do I do with the trailer? I'll leave it over here. But I was thinking maybe there's a load, let's say somewhere not too far, like, you know, Indiana, Ohio. Maybe I can go and grab it, take it to Ontario, and then come back, maybe in my bobtail truck, because cars are still not allowed across the border for some reason. Like, I don't think it's fair, right? They allow fully vaccinated Americans, personal tourists, to come into Canada by car, but they don't allow Canadians to cross into US by car. Oh, and of course there's another option. I can fly if I'm crazy enough, you know. I don't want to fly with all this COVID stuff, but because flying is allowed, I think. Uh-oh. Well, that guy is almost, he's almost on the shoulder, so we are good. Wow, that's not good. Okay, let's just go like this. That something exciting would happen on this highway. Check this out. Probably a house for sale. Looks all abandoned. Maybe I should move to Michigan. I don't know. But you know, when I was thinking about buying some real estate in the States, which Canadians are allowed to do, the only problem is that by definition this is an investment property, because I'm Canadian, right? So I cannot have my principal residence in the States, so they would never allow that. So I get no tax breaks, you know what I mean? Like if I buy a house or any property in Canada and that's my principal residence, then like how many of these guys are coming? What the heck? So if it's my principal residence, then in the States you guys probably have the same rules, right? So if, let's say I live in the house for 3 years, or let's say I buy a piece of land in Canada and then I build a house which costs like $1 million over there now, and then I sell it, if it was my principal residence, there's no tax on the profit, right? But Canada is just crazy expensive, you know? Here you can buy a house for like 30,000-40,000 bucks. But anything, because of this, anything I buy in US is considered an investment, and so everything is taxed. But you know, like you buy a house for 40,000, you know, I can pay tax, right? If I sell it for 49.5, what is this? 66, 60. No, I need 60. I need 60 and 66. Why do we have these pilots over here? Oh, I guess there's a paint truck up ahead. Yeah. Now this would be interesting if now we run into oversized load, because clearly they don't want it to go on the shoulder. But either I mess up the white line or I hit a guy, right? That's not a very hard decision to make. I have to avoid an accident. Supposed to do, right? Hit the guy with the building? Now look at this. This is crazy. Another guy is coming. But these guys, I don't think they're supposed to drive like that, you know? Like one after another. people see me. That's the most important thing, that to be visible, right? Now imagine this. You guys are thinking what I'm thinking, that they have to come back and collect all these all these poles, the cones. I'm guessing they're gonna be painting the other side, and there'll be a schoolboy or schoolgirl running on this side collecting all the cones. Turn right. I cannot do that. I have to follow the freshly painted white line, Miss Google. With all due respect.
Take the next right onto Coral Road.
This is quite a painting job for these guys. What they're doing, like 20 miles at a time? How many safety cones do they have on board? That's what I want to know. They probably have like a little trailer with the safety cones. Now this keeps probably the entire industry busy. Like, who are we making cones for this week? Oh, that guy in Michigan, you know, they like painting stuff, and then they use
600 meters, sharp right onto Fulton Road.
They use 1,000 cones in one day. Oh man, I'm just having some fun with the idea, you know. Oh, wait a second. And they disappeared. I think I saw their truck over there parked.
Take the next right onto Fulton Road.
No, I don't think that's a good idea either. Check this out. It wants me to turn like this. Alright, what does it want me to do now? Go 14 clicks and turn right on Silver Street. Silver Street. And the guy's still behind me, so I'm gonna have a green freight liner. Where are you going? Like, why are you not taking I-94? Oh, check this out. No, they didn't quit. These guys are not quitters. They're still painting. Oh, I see them up there. And there's a bunch of cars behind them, because of course they cannot drive, you know, like 50 miles an hour. So we have us a caravan. Now this guy is, what is he, stopping, or what's he doing? Oh, everybody passed them, that's what happened. I have a dilemma after delivering the load. Like, what do you do, right? Well, if you don't have a reload, and plus I have this testing thing going starting Monday or Tuesday. And actually this is a very good area for truck stops, but you have to go north. Oh, check this out. Wow, some kind of a big bird, like a small eagle, but it's not an eagle. I know it's like a falcon, you know. So I decided, so yeah, I just delivered the dozer, and they asked me to just drive it off the trailer, you know, because they said, hey, it's your trailer, so, you know, you drive it off, and once it's on the ground, we'll take it from there. Cool. And so the machine started. The machine started, but my customer didn't want to be filmed, so he says, please, no filming. Okay. So I couldn't film in there, but now we're on the way back. I didn't show you this road. What is this? This is that Silver Street or something. And because you know, if I go north, that's what the guy said, the customer, he says, which way you want to go? I said, well, I don't know, I need to go towards Marshall somewhere. And he says, just go north on 131, and then you'll hit 94. And he says there's a new truck stop right there, but I couldn't find it on the trucker path. He says there's a new pilot at 131 and 94. So because I didn't see it, I don't want to get stuck there. And plus my I know that I have directions to the testing grounds of the Eaton Corporation, and they're actually accessible through I-69 south of I-94.
600 meters, continue straight onto Michigan Avenue.
What are you doing? I didn't want to I want to go right.
Continue straight onto Michigan Avenue.
I don't want to do this. No, Google always wants to send you some kind of shortcuts, right? And you gotta be extremely careful, because these shortcuts are designed for small vehicles. And I know this road is good. And so anyway, so I figured out that since I have to come on 69 going north towards Marshall, it might be easy if I just go back to the same truck stop where I was. And so that's what I'm doing now. Now I'm just driving towards M60, and that's a, you know, pretty nice truck stop over there. Lots of, not too busy, lots of parking spots last night. But of course the guy next to me idled all night. I just don't understand this, you know, when it's just under 70 F, it was not hot at all, you know, to sleep in the truck. And guys around you are all idling. Oh, check this out. I like that little gadget that breaks the stream, you know, like a little flipping thing, and then it goes up and down and it breaks the stream of water. That's an ingenious design. Like no engine, it just goes up and down because of the vibration. Yeah, so it's all fields. Like I said before, if I didn't know this was Michigan, I would think I'm somewhere in Ohio or rural Indiana, or maybe even part of Kentucky. But Kentucky has lots of mountains, and mostly it's horse farms in Kentucky, right? Whereas Midwest, like closer to Chicago, it looks like this. And so I delivered to a farm, and that's quite a big farm.
600 meters, turn left onto
I saw lots of machinery, and the guy gave me an interesting sheet with his route, how he found me. You know, he couldn't find. It was difficult to find somebody who would bring stuff from Canada. You know, and so he first.
next left onto Michigan 60 east.
So first he tried American companies, like local companies that he worked with, that sometimes move his machinery, and those guys introduced him to somebody. Then that guy didn't work out, he found another guy, but mostly he was dealing with American companies. And for American companies, it's not that easy to get into Canada unless you know what you're doing.
On Michigan 60 east for 14 kilometers.
Oh shoot, look at this. Just like I said, see, now the right side is painted, and we have the cones. Oh man, the paint brigade is now going that way, so now I'll be chasing them. But now I'm not worried because I don't have the 12-foot blade. I'm telling you, I'm so happy to have this thing off the trailer. It was a challenging load, man, especially going through Detroit. I had to be super careful. I was very nervous, you know. But I couldn't do anything else with the blade. That was the smallest size I could reduce it to. I tried everything, and like that slight angle with the turn in the same direction where the dozer was turned, that proved to be the winning design. So yeah, this is like now like child's play, driving like this empty. But I like it here, you know. It's quite peaceful. It's just all farms, you see. And oh, I'm gonna be passing that field with some strange crops I never seen before. What can that be? It looks like pretty much like a corn, except it's all cut. You know, it has very long leaves, like the same, like hard leaves. Okay, that's corn, right? That's clear. But that one that I saw there, it was different. So it's all farms, so people spend all their lives here working Mother Earth. Some of them were luckier than others, but some probably died because of some attachments or big machines. Actually, there's a channel on YouTube, pretty cool channel, where the guy is a farmer. He has no hands, he has no arms, and he has no problem about it. like he has no ill feelings because he grew up like that. So, you know, there was an interview with him on his channel, and he pretty much does not remember when he had arms and hands, you know. So he grew up thinking that this is it. So he has his feet, he has his legs, and of course his feet have toes, right? And since he was like 5 years old, he was living like that. And like that's, you know, it's such an example of the strength of the human spirit. And like, if you don't know any better, this is what you got, this is what you have to work with. And so he was working with his 10 toes and feet, and this amazing guy, he learned how to operate machinery with his feet, how to operate tools. Like, he does a video where he's changing some brake pads or something on one of his tractors, and all he's using is his you know, his feet, basically his toes, because he was a kid when this happened, right? He got drawn into some attachment, like on the farm. His dad was a farmer, all his family were farmers, and he was like 5 or 6 years old, and something happened, like a bad accident at the farm, and it just cut off his arms pretty much all the way to the shoulder. And so this guy can do anything you and I can do with our hands. He can do the same with his feet. It's like amazing. His toes became so flexible, you know, like a monkey, right? Like a monkey can the same, you know, like a monkey, when you look at their feet, they look very similar to hands, right? And so that guy's a farmer. So there's lots of cool people on these places. I don't know where he lives, that guy, in what state, but I know he's American. So you wanted to see rural Michigan, this is it. This is the blockbuster you wanna make sure you mark and send to all your friends. Actually, a cool fact, that lady Teresa I'm using as a pilot sometimes, right? And she's somewhere from Kalamazoo, somewhere here, like western side of Michigan. She said, I asked her once, like I said, why do you live in Michigan? You know, because to me, you know, okay, I'm Canadian, right? But I've been all over the place, so I know there's, let's not say better, but you know, like there's states with milder climate, right? Like where it's not as harsh in winter. Like South Carolina, North Carolina comes to mind, you know, something like that. And so I asked her, I said, you know, winters here are as bad as in Canada. And she said she left when she was a girl. I think after high school or something, she left and she moved somewhere where it's warm. I don't remember, California or somewhere like that. And then she came back when she grew up, and she came to her senses, right? So she came back to the same town where she grew up in, you know. So there's definitely something about Michigan that there is some kind of value here that people appreciate. You see, like, that was easy. It's so much simpler when you don't have a load. And you don't have... Oh, I told the farmer, I told about these humongous mobile houses. I said, you know, I had to slow down, go on the shoulder, because I was afraid I would hit him with the blade. And he says, yeah, those guys are here. He says, that's northern Indiana. He says, there's a plant somewhere not too far from here in North Indiana, and they all are sent on this road. So he was not at all surprised that I encountered so many mobile homes in 1 hour. Oh, check this out. Somebody's slacking. What happened? Where's the freshly painted line? Where's the cones? Man. Fields and more fields. So it's back to square one for Captain Sergei. I see I-69 in the distance. Roadside park. Like a mini rest area for mostly for cars. It's too small, like I wouldn't be able to get in there, but it's cool. They have a little rest area on M60. So now I'm approaching the overpass with I-69, so I'm going east, so that way is north towards Marshall and I-94. This way is south towards Indiana. Yeah, I figured, you know, might as well go back to the same place where I spent the night. Like, I remember where I parked, so I know it's pretty big. And I'm now closer to Marshall than I was when I was at the farm, right? So I haven't decided yet how long I'm gonna stay here. I might go maybe tomorrow and drop the trailer at the Eaton the Eaton grounds. Maybe go to a hotel, maybe I was thinking maybe rent a car, you know, rent a car and go visit all these nice places like they suggested, like the car museum, the Ford Museum.
Turn left, then turn left.
No, because you see over here there's McDonald's, there's...
Turn left, then your destination will be on the left. Take the next left, then turn left.
There's Dollar General. There's Subway. There's land for sale. I was just thinking about buying some land over here. Commercial land right across the street from TA. Commercial. You know, if I ever buy something, it has to be either commercial or agricultural, right? Because I want to be able to park my truck Because if you just
Next left, then turn left.
if you just buy a regular, you know, a regular house, even in a small village or town, they might have some bylaws in there that will not allow you to park a semi-truck, you know. Well, people do it anyway, but then, you know, neighbors will start complaining, and then somebody from the municipality will show up, give you a big ticket. All right, I was somewhere here. Yeah, you see, what I like is that they have the grass here, so you can get your rear wheels. Oh no, wait, this guy's a reefer. That's the last kind of truck I want to be next. Yeah, I'm probably gonna park like that. Away from the reefer, but somewhere here. Okay, let's get it. Go. Because he's already leaving, I think. Oh, he's parking too. It's okay. You see, there's so much parking here because some TA truck stops, they pretty much do away with free parking, so it's all reserved. Like that crazy TA in Breezewood, Pennsylvania, I was last week or something. There's like 2 free parking spaces, everything else you have to pay for. Yeah, see? And these spots here are very long. Like, I'm sticking out, which, you know, concerns me because then people drive close by. But you see over here, I am good. Yeah, I was right there. I was next. I think I was on the other side of the pole. All right. So what are we doing? I have 3/4 of the tank full of nice Michigan fuel. I got where? I got in Smith Creek, also known as Marysville, also known as Kimball. That's quite a town. 3 names. Where do you live? Kimball. You mean Marysville? No, I live closer to the Smith Creek side. Ah, okay. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna update the status to off duty. Captain Sergei is signing off. Off duty. And we close all this and we switch this baby to airplane mode. Make sure it comes on and clear all the messages I don't want to see. Disconnect power, put it to sleep. Thanks for watching.